This is a quick video on the text-to-speech features on the iPad through the accessibility features, or settings, I'm sorry. So in order to get that started, you need to go into settings, and then mine's an older iPad, so mine's under general accessibility and speech. I think the newer ones, I think on the left, it'll say speak control. I'm pretty sure. Or I think you might have to go under vision and then speak control, something like that. So I'm just going to go into accessibility, and then under my vision, I have all these, and it's called speech, and then mine are on, so you can toggle it on and off. So I would select speak selection, speak screen, and then I always turn highlight content on because that's easier for me to see. And then you have all the options. And then I'm going to hit the home button. So speak selection is when you are highlighting a certain part and you want that part read aloud. And that's just a play pause feature. The speak entire screen is when you use the 2-finger gesture. So I'll do speak selection first. So I'm going to go into an article I have already up. This is just a Dexter's article. A lot of my students use this website. So if I want just the Potters, I'm going to highlight and select the whole area and then hit speak.
Potters, the most common material for Mesopotamian artists.
So this is great if you don't want the whole thing read to you. The only thing I find is usually my students have this zoomed in. So it's kind of hard to find what exactly you're going to want it to speak. Or at least like it's hard for me to, because you have to scan all the way over here is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's speak selection. Speak entire screen uses the 2-finger gesture. So you take 2 fingers and then swipe down from the top of the iPad. And this is kind of a hard gesture to get because a lot of times it moves the app or it's like that, or it selects something different. So I always have my students go from the very top of the iPad, from the very top, like the plastic part of the iPad, put your fingers there and then swipe down.
Dexter's educational.
And that will bring up the speak entire screen dialog box. So I think it probably requires a couple times to practice that real swipe down. See, I just did that.
Dexter's educate.
So that's the thing I've run into is students will either bring the shade down or they will
Dexter's education.
They will get the recent apps. So just keep practicing. See, I'm just doing it all over again. Keep practicing from the very top of the iPad, the plastic part. Like my pencil's right here. I'm actually touching my case when I go down. So once you get that figured out, this little box rectangle pops up and it has all the different features. So the arrow makes it go to the side, so it's out of your way. The turtle makes it slow down. The back button makes it go backwards. The play button plays it, and that will turn into a pause button. The forward makes it go forward. The rabbit makes it go faster, and then the X will cancel the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do the speak entire screen for this article as it is, and then I'll show you the reader mode part, which is what I prefer.
Dexter's educational site, history, biography, geography, science, games, advertisement, report ad, ancient Mesopotamia, artisans and craft. So
it went through all of the logo, it went through all the tabs, it went to the advertisement, and then it went into the article, and then it will read fine. But if there's more ads on here, like on my browser or on my computer, there was a lot more ads. It will read everything. So I don't love having it on this mode. I always have my students go into settings, or I'm sorry, not settings. The reader view mode, which is at the browser address bar, and there's like mine is a little 3 lines, and I don't know if it's different on the newer iPads. I think it's very similar. Oh, on the newer iPads, it is a big A, a capital A, and a small A. And if you click that, it turns into reader mode. I think on the newer iPads, you need to click show reader view mode or something like that. So now it just has all of the text from the article, which is beautiful. And then if you do, I'm gonna act like this is not here. If you do the 2-finger swipe down.
Artisans and craftsmen, ancient Mesopotamia, history, ancient Mesopotamia. Artisans played an important role in the culture of the Mesopotamian people. They made a...
And then it reads it just great. And I like that it just goes straight to the article. And so whenever I have my students do this, I always have them set their speed. And they usually try to make it go really fast and then really slow because it's pretty funny. So I'll show that.
Read a useful...
So I'm making it faster.
Dishes, pots.
I'm making it faster by hitting the rabbit button.
clothing, baskets, boats, and weapons. They also created works of art. Glorify the gods and the king, chariots, by Mustafa, potters. The most material for Mesopotamian artists was clay. Clay was used for pottery, monumental buildings, and tablets used to record.
So it's super fast, but some students like it, honestly. And then I always have them go really slow.
Three legends.
So I'm hitting the turtle button a couple times.
Mesopotamians developed their
More.
skills in pottery over thousands of years.
This part always makes me laugh. I always think that part's funny, to make it really slow. So I'm going to hit play, make it better, like a better
First,
speed.
they used their hands to make simple pots. Later, they learned how to use a potter's wheel. They also used high temperature oven.
I'll just leave it like that. So yeah, that's how to use reader mode with the speak selection, or I'm sorry, speak entire screen. This also works for any group of text. So I just have a regular notes in my notes app. Oops. And you can do the speak selection, but I'm just going to do the 2-finger. I'm going to get rid of this keyboard. I'm going to do the 2-finger swipe down and it'll read the whole thing.
Crazy student. I have a crazy student who cracks his knuckles. He cracked his knuckles so much my ears have started to hurt. He tries to tell people that I taught him how to crack his knuckles, but he is wrong.
So that is kind of a cameo for a student of mine, or a future student of mine. So yeah, I love
Crazy student. I have a
the speak entire screen. It just takes a while to get that 2-finger gesture down. So yeah, good luck.